It's been really great tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Really nice. And we've come to the end. This is my final story. And it takes a wee minute or two to tell. It's about a girl in Glasgow who worked in a printing works and made a terrible misprint one day in the Bible. And because of her misprint, people to this day think that the Last Supper was in Galilee, when in actual fact it was in Gallowgate in Glasgow. Near the cross. Near the cross. Oh my God. See, Ham's part's great, isn't it? So, seriously, the way the Last Supper really happened, you see, it was impossible that it could have been in Galilee. Because in those days, nobody really knew where they were anyway. They used to wander about saying to each other, "Where are we? What's the name of this place? I wish an explorer would come and tell us where we are, eh?" But the way the Last Supper, it actually happened in a small tavern known as the Saracen's Head Inn. It's quite a popular place for cocktails of an evening, you know. But the way the Last Supper really happened, all the apostles were in there, drinking wine and tearing lumps off the mother's pride, singing and shouting and bawling, "We are the Christians! Oh, into these Romans! He's another glass of that wine! Oh." They're awful scruffy, the apostles, in reality, you know. Not drinking, but this wee apostle came up to a big apostle. And he said, "What's the score here? You told me the bacon was coming in. No, he's a break now. You say the bacon's coming in, he's not here, know what I mean? I think he's good as a body swerve, know what I mean?" The bacon says, "Now look, son, I've been in this game a wee while now. And I'm telling you, if a bacon change is coming in, he'll make an appearance. You stand and me, kiddo. Right, give us another glass of that wine. What would he need to come in here for anyway, eh? He's probably out doing the miracles. Doesn't he come in here? He can sit in the house with a big Galvy bucket full of water and change it into wine like that. He's cellar. Doesn't he come into a food? Oh, here's another glass of wine." Sitting in the door opens. And then he comes, the bacon. "Hello there, boys!" With a long dress and the casual sandals. And the aura. In. Comes up and says, "Hello there, lads, and how are you getting on and that, no?" And the wee apostle come up and says, "I thought you weren't coming like bacon, no. I thought you weren't going to turn up." And I nearly wasn't turning up, sonny boy. All morning doing any miracles, I'm knackered. Here's a glass of that wine. No kidding, son, I'm knackered. See the miracles I've done this morning. Take a look at that door, there's nothing but deed punters walking up and down. With their beds under their arms. All looking in shop windies. He says, "There was a joker up there this morning come up with me. He says, he's going to cure my boy." I says, "Aye, what's up with him?" I says, "What's up with him?" He says, "He's deaf and dumb, like, no." I says, "No problem, wallop, there you go." Not the boy's first words are, "Is it all right if I'm a Protestant?" I mean, never asked it. So after a while, they're all drinking the wine and wandering about and screaming and shouting. They all sat down because they sat down round this big table because they were having trouble standing up at this point, you see. So they all sat down. You might have seen the picture and the big one's holding onto the table. He's steaming his feet in case he falls out that window. So they all sat down. They're all singing songs and talking and that and drinking the wine and turning lumps out the bread. And the big one says, "Right away, I'm in the best of order here." Silence. And the wee apostle's sitting opposite. He says to the bloke next to him, "Hey, I hope he gives us one of your own stories, eh?" Oh, these stories are magic. I lap them up so I do. See that one about his feather up in the sky? Oh, what a story yon is, eh? Oh, all the punters with the wings and all that. What a story. Hey, Bacon, give us a story. Shut your face. Bang! And his face was shut. For it is written. He says, "Open your face." He says, "Right, well, that'll be a lesson to you." He says, "All right, that's terrible." He says, "As a matter of fact, I'm not going to give you the story today. I'm going for to give you the prophecy." "Ooh, you hear that?" Says the Weekend. "Did you hear that? Prophecy, eh? No bother to the big one, eh? Prophecy's nothing just like that. Eh? What's a prophecy anyway?" Bacon says, "Look, a prophecy tells you what's going to happen tomorrow." He says, "What about 3:30 tomorrow?" The Bacon says, "See you, Judas, you're getting a mad text." He says, all right. He says, "Right, here's my prophecy. See the way into this boozer today, you might have noticed there's a wee chicken standing outside the door. See if that goes cock-a-doodle-doo 3 times, I'm finna off. One of you's gonna shop me." And I say, "Oh wait a minute, no. One of you's gonna shop me and 2 of the big Roman police are gonna whickle me right out of here. Right into the jail. And I'm gonna do a 1-night lie-in. Me with a good dress on too. I'm going to get up in the morning and say to myself, first offence, I'm on to probation, no problem." But a big Roman's going to come into my cell and say, "Probationum my arseum." You know the way to talk, these Romans. Probation, nothing, Bacon. Come on, I'll give you your sentence. Come here. Look out that window. So we looked through the window. He says, "See that big lump of wood down there?" I said, "Aye." He says, "Well, get your shooter under it and take it to the top of that hill up there, would you?" I said, "Oh, wait a minute, I was only kidding on, I was a joiner, no." He said, "On your way." So away I went, got the wood on the shooter. I was just about to set out. He says, "Oh, where are you going?" I says, "You tell me to go to the top of the hill." "No finished with you yet, big one." Wallop! Jackie Bunnet, right in the head. I went, "Oh, come on! I just had these split ends done this morning." "On your way." So, away up the hill, kidding on, I don't care. About a third of the way up, somebody's been out with a big Alsatian. He's done a big jobby right in the street. Guess who stood in it? Down I went. Well, I'll tell you something. That Doug must have had a severe attack of the diarrhea high hay. Another twice, down I went. Wallop! Up a third time, I'm setting out like that. Still kidding on, I don't care. A big joker on the pavement. He says, "You all right there, Jimmy?" I said, "As a matter of fact, I'm no." He says, "Do you fancy a wee horn?" I says, "That's a game. Get the shooter under the other end." I say, what's your name anyway? He says, oh, Simon's the name, just ran out of pies, nothing to do.